Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in our first game against a real player in this tutorial playlist. If you haven't noticed, I have two playlists, one where I just play and do some comments about my play, and one where I actually explain every card and so on. Here we have another game with only base cards because I want to show you 40 cards or something before we go into random games, so I do not have to explain 10 cards every turn. He bought a festival from 5, he will get a chapel from 2. A chapel is a treasure that treasures up to 4 cards from your hand. It's one of the strongest cards in the game, actually. And we will actually buy a chapel from 4, I think. The other card he got is Festival. It's a village. It doesn't draw you a card, it just gives 2 actions, 1 buy, 2 coins. Lab is, like a mode with an action. So you draw 2 cards, get an action, can play another lab. It increases your hand size by 1. Bureaucrat is pretty complicated. But we'll get a silver here from 3. So Bureaucrat is an attack, and it starts with you gaining a silver card on top of your deck, not into your discard, and then each other player reveals a victory card from his hand, like an estate, and puts it on his deck, unless he doesn't have any victory cards, in which case he has to reveal his hand. Then there is Feast, which is like a one-shot workshop for 5 cards, so you trash the Feast when you play it, and then you gain a card costing up to 5, like a lab or something. Or you can even gain a curse if you want to. Not that it's good. Then there's Moneylender, trash a copper from your hand. If you do, plus 3 coins. This is pretty good to trash coppers. It's not as fast as Chapel, of course. This is a superb hand. We can trash all our 3 estates here. Then we got Thief. Each other player reveals the top 2 cards of his deck. If they revealed any treasure cards, they trash one of them that you choose. You may gain any of or all of these trashed cards. And the other revealed cards get discarded. Basically, this discards 2 or my 2 top cards, and he can then steal money cards from me if he chooses to do so. It looks pretty strong, but Thief is one of the most terrible cards there is in Dominion. It has its uses in some games, but in many games it doesn't have. Here we got 6 and we will get a festival. Then we have Throne Room. Choose an action card in your hand, play it twice. So if you play Throne Room Moneylender, you can trash 2 coppers from your hand and get plus 6 if you do. Yeah. You can also basically create villages with Throne Room. In this game we do not have a... we have a lab. So if you Throne Room a lab, you draw 4 cards and get 2 actions. So it's basically like playing a village and drawing 3 cards, because then you will have 2 actions. Because the Throne Room takes an action to play, then you play a card from your hand which doesn't take an action to play, so you still have 0 actions, and if it's a lab, you will have 2 in the end. I hope that was understandable. Here we have another 7. I will get another laboratory. Library is draw until you have 7 cards in your hand, and if you draw any action cards, you may choose to discard them instead of drawing them. That's basically what's on this card. It's expressed extremely complicated, but yeah. It's to exclude strange situations. That's why it's so complicated on the card. I hope I explained that understandably. And then there's Adventurer, the last card here. And this basically reveals card from your deck until you reveal 2 treasure cards and you get these into your hand. So it's basically like play the next 2 treasure cards in your deck, more or less. Do we already want to follow up with a province? I don't think so. I think I want another gold here. And yeah, the strategy I play is an engine strategy with trashing. But I'm not sure if it's as good as his, but yeah. Doesn't really matter all that much. I don't care about this game because it's casual mode. I only care about my professional rating. He gets a second province. We can trash another copper. And I guess we will buy a lab, a gold, and maybe a throne room. Just to show you how this throne room is like. And let's redraw that with this lab now. He gets an adventurer. So we can throne this festival. Then we will have 3 buys for coins. And we can double province here, which we will do. And now the chapel is basically a dead card in my hand because I do not have any more cards that I want to trash. And here we might be able to double province again. Let's see, we have 2, 4, 6, 9, 12, Dumpty Dumpty Dum, 13, 14, no, 15, 16. Okay, we have 16 this way. But we will not double province here, because if we did, he might be able to buy a province and a duchy or a province and an estate next turn, and then he would have won. And if we do this, he can only win if he is able to double province. So we will buy a province and a duchy, although we have enough money for double province. It's called the Penultimate province rule. So if a duchy brings you in the lead, then, and there's only 2 provinces left, you should buy the duchy instead of the penultimate province. Which I have done. And that's why I will not have lost this game. Now he has to double duchy because he doesn't buy the penultimate province. And the fun thing is I can double duchy myself again. And now he buys the penultimate province. He should have bought a duchy maybe, because it's pretty sure I can buy the province here. And I can. So province and estate. Okay. Thanks for watching, and until next time. By the way, the player was called Will, in case I haven't mentioned that in the beginning. I will try to remember that.